Going live whether we like it or not. Hello.
Hello.
Happy Freaky Friday.
I know. I didn't
It's casual
realize.
Friday.
Hmm?
It's casual Friday.
Casual Friday, yes.
Bring the joy.
Sorry.
Ah.
Can you tell what kind of day I'm having?
This is not an earthquake. Trust us, people. It's not an earthquake. So if you're watching this part right now, the blooper part in the beginning, you're watching the replay, but please let us know and please watch through, because I'm sure there's nuggets of information, and any cards that we may pull might relate to what you need to hear. That's all.
Wonderful. I'm not even set up. I was upstairs doing stuff and I forgot. I didn't even realize what time it was. I'm like, oh no, when you called.
Yeah, I'm like that. I tend to put an alarm on now, but now I have to change it by an hour, because we used to do these at 7:20 p.m. We've switched it to 6:20 because that's how we want to do it. So you're going to have to catch up with us, people.
Well, sometimes it gets a little bit too late and it kind of runs on. So, this way we can enjoy our evenings and other people can, do something other than looking at our mugs.
Yeah, there's got to be something better to do on a Friday night, but not before you've watched Freaky Friday, because we've got something really special for you today. Actually, I don't know. We were just winging it by the seat of our pants, but it sounds so good. And then people are like, oh.
Okay, so what is it, Lorraine? What could it be?
What could it be? I don't know. I think it's so funny, because since I've sat down the computer, and if you keep seeing me look over in the distance, there's been a fly on the window on the outside. And I'm like, he's massive. Must be the first fly of the season. They must grow them big in the first. But it's like a fly on the wall. So it's like someone's listening or watching. And it just made me think of, are we aware in those moments we're not thinking we're aware? Do we realize that we have guides that are listening and paying attention?
All right. So are you saying that our guides are flies on the wall?
Sometimes. So don't zap them, or, I don't know.
I love it.
So that's my little tidbit. What have you got to say?
I like that, actually, that, that there's always someone listening, because it's true. There always is someone listening, and
Not in a creepy way.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Let me tune into
maybe.
that.
Yeah. Well, maybe in knowing that, it's us making sure we're checking in and we're integral with ourselves. Because what Raph was saying, someone's always listening. It's like our spirit guides and such, and ancestors, and those who watch over us, they're not just listening to the words we say out loud. They can understand and listen to the thoughts we think. I believe that. I don't know. What do you believe? What does anyone believe?
100%. I really believe. So that actually brings me to energy that happened last night. Brian and I went out for dinner, and my hair's in my face. And we stopped at the store because I wanted to get chocolate. And so, it's about being integral, being following your intuition, listening to your heart, listening to doing things even if no one sees, and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And so anyways, we stopped at the gas station. I ran inside to grab my chocolate bars, but as soon as we pulled up, sorry, long story out of a short story.
Hey, we got all night, apparently.
My heart, there was this younger girl in the gas station, and I couldn't even see her or anything, but there was something that just went to her, my heart. And it was just kind of, I just got pulled to her without even thinking, so on and so forth. And she was already outside the store at that time when I went in, got the chocolate bars, came out. I'm like, are you okay? And, just kind of like tuning into her. And she had a story. And so I
So you
ended up,
actually spoke to her.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she, not that it really matters, but like, it's just like, she was just down on her luck. She wasn't like this, person that this was her lifestyle, and she wasn't homeless or anything, but she was in a state. And it was just interesting. Like, I talked to her and not necessarily gave her advice, but just kind of like a direction, phone your family. And also, I gave her whatever, $20 and, a hug. And it was just like, it's just, I don't even know. Like, so it was like, without having it process in my mind, my heart just did it. And I don't do this for just everybody or anyone.
Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna come around because I could use $20. But well, I love that. That's so fantastic, Oh, you're muted now. Someone must have phoned you and now we can't see you. So while you're getting your your act together, can we hear you now? You're not talking, so I don't know. No, I still can't hear you for some reason. Hi, Tammy. And hello, Kim. I waved, but maybe you didn't see me wave. No, cannot hear you. Something happened when the phone rang or something. My suggestion, I don't know if it will work or not, is to go out and come back in maybe. It's like turn it off, turn it back on. You might have to restream to we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, can't hear you at the moment. Techie issues. Sorry. But yeah, anyone who's here with us live, stick around because we do like to pull cards. And we favor those who actually post in the comments and stuff too. Definitely get some VIP treatment there. Let me see. I don't know if you can go into your editing, your mic settings, Raf, maybe. I don't know if I can do it from here. No. Oh, she's gone. She'll come back. She'll come back. So I guess I have to tap dance on my own here to keep you busy. So, but Raphael was just telling us a story about how she came across somebody who was feeling a little out of sorts, someone she didn't know, and helped her out, which I love that. I think that's so cool. So you're here. Can I hear you now?
I hope so.
Yay! And all your channels I think they're being streamed still. So
okay.
I believe they stayed even when you left. I could still see them.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
So yeah, finish your story. That's really, I love that you did that. And one of these spontaneous things, right? You don't wake up in the morning going, I'm gonna do something to pay forward, and it just happens, right?
Yeah, well, I just feel like it's like, speaking about like the fly on the wall and all that, it's like what's the word? Like be good, be, integral. I can't pronounce that word tonight. Yeah, and just like, be the best human being that you can be. And if you're drawn to do a good deed, so on and so forth, like I didn't do it to like, oh, look at me. And I feel kind of guilty talking about it tonight, but maybe it's just an awareness for, other people to always do what your heart is kind of speaking, or if you feel really drawn to do something, because it could shift someone's world. And who knows in what way.
Yeah, well, that's so true because there's not enough of that. There's a lot of blaming and judging and pointing fingers. but there's
Mm-hmm.
not enough of, oh, I really feel that for this person, I'm going to, reach out or say something. And it's probably like, I don't normally do this, but I feel
Mm-hmm.
like there's, something going on. Because I think you and I, we definitely attract the empath crowd as well, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the more people who can just trust what their heart is telling them, even if you don't understand what it is, I think it opens a dialogue there.
Mm-hmm. Or just to
Um,
listen to it, right? And then make a judgment call. But like this just, and normally, that does happen. Like I'll like my heart will go like this and I make a judgment call. And yesterday it just happened where my brain was just like completely tuned out and I was doing the action before I even realized it.
hmm. Well, we are acting from the heart instead of the head. That's always a good thing.
Mm-hmm. It's brain
Um,
though when you're doing it.
Hi, Rachel. This is our new time. 6:20 is our new time now. Daylight savings with Freaky Friday. I don't know. Actually, we're in regular time now. I don't even know. I mix them up all the time.
Who knows?
Yeah, so I had something kind of similar to that, but it's not quite similar. My daughter came by and we took Elliot for a little walk, and he did his little business, and we just walked past a big log of stuff that someone didn't pick up because Elliot went over to it. I'm like, no. So I still had the bag that I used for his. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to walk back 5 steps and grab that too and pick it up. So someone else doesn't step in it or their dog doesn't, or, and I did it because it was convenient. I might not have if I had to pull the bag out for no reason, but it was there. And so similar thing, it's like be in the moment because I
Mm-hmm.
did think about it and I almost just didn't. And then I'm like, come on, Lorraine, you're right here. So what? I mean, yeah, people should be responsible for cleaning up after their pet that they're responsible for, but they didn't. And so why should people coming after them be punished by possibly stepping in it? So I'm hoping I'm getting good karma points there. Dog poop karma points. Woo, woo.
I love it. Yeah. Oh, that's good. I don't know if it was like, obviously, if it's on my property or if, playground and all that, I don't know if I would do that. So good for you.
It's the second time I've done that. I mean, no one else was watching. Well, my daughter was with me. So it was like, she was like, well, good for you. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for probably me not stepping in it next time, maybe.
We're
So maybe
just talking, like last Friday, we were talking about dog poo or bull poo. How did it
bullshit.
just, this is a new week, Lorraine. Come
Yes, that's
on.
Freaky Friday. Anything can happen, right? Like
Yes.
you just never know with us. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so how about you guys or ladies in the comments there? Have you ever done something, you know, lent a helping hand to someone just out of the blue without really meaning to? You hear a lot about being in the, Starbucks line or wherever in a drive-through and someone ahead of you paid for your meal. I mean, I don't know, that hasn't happened to me yet, but little things like that. I love that there are opportunities for us to just take the high road and for us to treat each other like human beings, right?
Mhm.
Like people forget that servers and cooks and bus drivers and they're all humans when they're not working. Like I think people sometimes forget that they're not just their role. They're human. They got family at home. They got their own issues. It's so nice if everybody just treats everybody as a human. So I love that.
Mm.
Oh, Rachel, so she's a garbage digger. I'll pull recycles out of the garbage can. Wow, good for you. The earth thanks you. Yeah. And then, yes, then the recyclables don't go in the landfill. Perfect.
Yeah.
I love that. We do our bit. We do what we can. And if nothing more than making us feel good that we're helping our environment or the people in the environment in
Could,
whatever way we can.
could you imagine if every single person, every single human being did something in their own way to make the world a better place, like each and every day?
I
right?
know. I
Like
think that
obviously
would
you
be
can't hand
great.
out money every single day, but like doing you know, like we've spoken about this before, like a smile or, you know, something small, donating your time for something. But it's just like the energy, I really feel the energy of this world would shift.
You know, I think you stopping and asking and caring about her was was more valuable than the $20 you gave her. And I think that is going to sit in her heart and hopefully help her realize that she's important and maybe that other people are important, you know? So I think I love that so much.
Mhm.
Tammy says public ones. No, we're talking about integrity. And really, integrity is doing what we feels right, even when nobody's watching, right? Like, you know, how many times I've picked up other people's poop without anyone seeing me do it. But I mean, guess now I can brag about it, but
Great.
whatevs.
Dog poo or people poo?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it's anyhow, moving on. Rachel saying, yep, sometimes if it's somewhere at Starbucks where the garbage is right beside people still. Oh, I see. Maybe you're asking Tammy. Tammy was asking you, right? Yeah, why not? Just wash your hands after. That's all I got to say. I love that. I pick up garbage all the time. Yay, good. Yeah, it's always a good thing. I, I think what's taking me what's taking me longer and the harder part for me is to not get into judgment when I see that. And I'm like, come on, people. You missed the recycle. It's like right beside. How do you mess that up? But I have to realize that sometimes people are on automatic pilot. Who knows what they've been going through? And it's, stuff happens.
Mhm.
So,
Well, you can't change the world, but you can change what you do in the world that you're living in, right? Each and every day by leading by example, doing, you know, small little things. And, you know, like pay it forward, like energetically, right? Like this, you know, maybe someone else saw you pick up somebody else's dog, you know, crap. And then they're like, oh, you know, actually I could do that too next time, whatever this girl, right? Like, oh, pay it forward. Someone showed empathy, awareness, or tuned into that. And, you know, then maybe she will do that in the future, so on and so forth. Recycling, right? Seeing someone taking things out of the garbage can that is recycling, like, yeah, like actually I could do that too, right? Like, so it's, you know, bring an awareness where the awareness might not have been at first.
yeah. Yeah, it's so true. I mean, even with that the girl you're talking about, even you know, she sounds like she was in an emotionally desolate spot that seeing that she's important enough that a stranger would reach out to her, that's enough for her, I think,
Mhm.
to help her make that shift. Tammy says about it because they don't care. But I probably am thinking, I know I was like that too. And I get when I'm in a bitchy mood, and yes, it happens. Ask Rap, she knows. We, he's like cringing. Yeah, I'll think that too, but we don't know why they did it or what came across them. Maybe they picked up the spare bottle and thought they were putting it in the right one and they didn't. Like who knows?
Yeah,
And
no, probably not. And you know what? They probably don't care. But, you know, especially people that don't really care, they really do care what other people think of them. And so if they see you doing that, they're like, oh, they're one upping me. And then,
mm,
you know, then they might have like, well, I'm just going to do it for, you know, the hell of it to, yeah, so someone
yeah,
can't do me again or whatever. Like I don't even know.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, the world is definitely a mixed place. We have, you know, people who are integral and trying to do their best, people who have done that and are burnt out because it's endless. And just do it in the moment. And I don't know. It's so easy to judge someone else, to see what they do as wrong and focus on that and bitch and complain than it is to just go, oh, well, or is it just me? Because that used to be me. And sometimes it still is if I don't catch myself, but I'm trying to be more open hearted to that and see the good and trust that it is there even amongst the crap. Right.
So, quick question for everyone and you too. Have you ever received a pay it forward or a gift or an energy that was of good nature to you that was kind of not knowing even who it came from or
You know,
that so?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, and I feel really bad because if it did happen, I'm not remembering it. But I mean, it's not to say things like, someone went out of their way to hold the door longer because I'm still walking and I'll run to help me because they're holding the door open. Even with driving, where someone just please let me, and then someone lets me in. That's always nice. Parking, that's happened where I'm looking and someone was leaving and they'd said, hey, my parking spot's over here. That happened a long time ago. I try and do that too, let people know, just give me a second, I'll save the spot for you. So there's that. Let's see, Tammy says I've had free coffees at Tim's. That's nice.
It's always such a good thing.
Yeah. That's the Canadian Tim's, not the American ones. No, I don't know. I'm just being possessive over our Tim Hortons. That's pretty cool. What about you, Raph? Have you been?
I'm very, very fortunate. Like there's been like tons of give back or like that energy coming towards myself, and I'm very grateful. Like when times were tough, I had like a grocery, like long time ago when I was raising my children on my own and all that, and money was really tight. A big grocery hamper at my front door from, I still do not know to this very day who did it. Wow. Uber Sweets. I've had like the Timmy's, I've had McDonald's, I've had beautiful people offering me certain, energies and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of support. And so
I love that.
yeah.
Nice.
And I really, I really feel that the more you put out, you're in that energy of giving. And so what's coming back at you is receiving, right? So feeling energetically, balanced, right? Because there's only so much a person can give. You don't want to be a martyr or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like the more you give, the more you can receive energetically too, I believe.
And I think there really needs to be balance with that, because I think a lot of people might find it easier to give and might find it really awkward and embarrassing to receive. And I think that's yeah.
Yeah, so many people have that energy, and I used to be the same way. Now I'm like, woohoo, thank you. Because you know what? It's like, you think about Christmas and you buy presents and you really put a lot of thought into it and you give it to this individual. And how good does that feel? Pretty darn good, right? When it's like, like received and brought an energy in and all that. And, vice versa. Like someone's trying to help you or give you or do something because they actually care about you. And if you're like, oh, no, it's the energy of like, well, you're taking away from that individual to be able to give themselves the gift of giving.
Mm-hmm. And taking it even deeper is that those are often the people, in my experience, the people that I've worked with in the past, they're the ones who have the lack mentality anyways. And so you're telling the universe, or I want abundance, nothing's working, but they're the first ones to go, oh, no. So they're, you think about it, you're telling you're asking so much from the universe. I want this abundance. And when it comes to you in a teeny little way, and you're pushing it away like, no, that's embarrassing. that's a really mixed match of energy going on there.
Mhm.
Mojo agrees.
Mhm.
So we got a couple comments. Kim saying she said, kindness has come my way. Also, the person in front of me bought my food at a drive-through in front of me. Sweet. And it also happened at Starbucks. I
Oh,
love it.
wow. Nice. I love
I love
that.
it.
Yeah.
Tammy, masculine, feminine, doer, and receiver. Yeah, but that's why we need balance of both of those for sure. Because that's a law of the universe. Give and receive. There's 12 laws. I don't know them all, but it's a vibrational energy. So if you're denying that one little thing, or if you're embarrassed about receiving things, there's a misalignment. Yeah. Anyways.
Interesting. Yeah. It's something to be aware of.
Why it's still there. Sorry, it's kind of
that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say. The message came through as we were talking about that. Is the universe works. So our guides, you're really like working towards something. We seem to forget that the energy comes through, how else, by another human being who is guided to support, to give, to do something along those lines. So it's just like we have to remember as a receiver and also as a giver, like that energy of like, last night just being like this. And so I was guided to do something, to maybe do whatever intervention or whatever it was. But like, we're human beings. That's where the gifts come from, is like other people being guided to do a good deed.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to affect, the individual who needs it.
Mm-hmm. And really, truly, it affects the collective. Like if you think about it, we are all connected. So somewhere down the line, that's going to filter through to someone else in her life or what have you. And I don't know. I think it's good karma all around, even though there's no good or bad karma. Karma is what it is. What was I going to say? Totally gone now. Oh, just the fact that you listened to that awareness within you. I mean, we need to do more of that. Everybody needs to listen to their heart a little bit more. And I know people do it all the time. They'll listen and then their head will get in the way. Oh, but don't do that. That's embarrassing. Oh, someone threw their recycle in the garbage. Well, don't put your hand in the garbage to get it. That's like, right? Like, who cares? You do it because of the bigger result, right? Susie agrees. That was her agreeing with me.
She agrees. Oh, now everybody's coming through. Sorry, everybody.
Do we need to mute you? No.
Yeah. Might come in handy for a lot of people. Where's the button? Like right here? Mute. Raphael. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. The energy has just been a little difficult lately. So I like that you reached out and you helped that girl, because I think it reminds you that you are we are all here more than just milling around on the earth living our life. There's more to it than that.
I think people go through, really difficult times where you do feel very much alone. And maybe this girl reminded me of myself, like way back when, of just, nowhere to go turn to, not wanting to be a bother to anybody. And, it's just, yeah, I don't know.
I think more times than not, we've all been in those situations at some point in our life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like you were helping out yourself back in the day,
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Maybe. Who knows, right? Energetically, right? And
that's empathy for you. Big time empathy. Like, Yeah, I know I talk about the energy of empathy, and the email I wrote this week was definitely about the, the side that seems tough because you feel so much, especially for people that are friends and family and you care about. But there's also that empathy of just, if that were me, what would I do? If that were me, what would I need? And to think from that point of view, like, live a day in someone else's shoes kind of thing,
Mhm.
hopefully they fit and they're not too small. But yeah, empathy can really go a long way to helping everybody understand someone else's ununderstandable situation, because
Yeah.
we never truly know, but empathy is something that can soften, I believe.
Hmm. Hmm. Love it.
Yeah. So,
I'm
you
gonna
pull.
run and grab my card deck.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, you do that, and yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. What deck I'll use. Does anyone have a deck with them? You guys want to pull clarifiers as we pull cards? I think I'll use this one. I like how this Sanctus Concordia deck. It's an indie deck. I love, and it's printed on almost like that bonded linen paper. It's got that texture to it, but these cards, and I like the gold, they shuffle so well. Like they're smooth. They're like the Porsche of shuffling. Love it. What cards are you working with today?
I'm not sure. I have Into the Lonely Woods. Yeet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I haven't used these ones like intuitively yet. My new
Those
deck.
ones freak me out.
Do they?
Those pictures you sent me, I was kind of like, they kind of
Ah,
freak me.
I like them.
Well, good. That means that they'll be easier for you to read.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Okay. I could
All right,
hardly.
so let's pull a card for a collective. You pull one, I'll pull one. And also, if anyone would like a card pull, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you want it about.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Okay, so we're doing a card for the collective
Yeah.
right now? Okay.
Yeah.
I have like a cat hair in my eye and it's really bugging me.
Well, get it out. It shouldn't
I
be long. It shouldn't be there.
Okay. I know.
Well, I got 2 cards.
I did too.
Oh. Let's start with at the beginning, the Fool. So it does feel like, it's the energy of starting again. We're in Mercury retrograde right now. So this is the perfect time to just restart something or reinvent something or just something, right? Tammy, she's like, I am stuck on my chair with 2 dogs. The horror. I'm enjoying your life. Well, thank you. Do you want a card though? We want to pull cards for people. That's kind of what we do, right, Raph?
Yes.
So yeah, so this just feels like it's a confirmation that when things kind of get weird or struggly or what have you, that maybe that's the opportunity to either start something else, start over, or look at it from a different perspective. I mean, this being a collective reading, I feel like that those 3 messages are going to relate to somebody. So
I love that.
and the other one, since I'm still talking, the other one is Mojo's Meds time. The Knight of Swords. So to me, those go hand in hand. Like when you make the decision that, okay, yes, I'm going to restart this or start something new or take this new path or whatever, then you have that intellect and those thoughts to take action and go in the direction you want to go. Use that Knight of Swords energy to just say, this is the way I'm going to go. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to do my best to do what I need to do to get where I need to go or help who I need to help. That's what I'm picking up from that.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So we have some questions. Okay. Questions. All right. Anyways, over to you, Raph. What'd you pick?
Okay, so the two cards that fell out are A Time to Share. You see that?
Yeah.
And okay. And Death Moves Amongst Us.
Mm.
And
Here, I'm gonna highlight you.
Oh,
sorry, I meant to highlight you, not me. Sorry.
That's okay. So I just feel with the energy of like it's time to share. It's more about, like what we actually have been talking about is like allowing goodness when you're feel drawn to do it a little bit more of that energy is being rippled effect out into the world even more so the more you do it and the more that it's coming back at you also. And this actually, I'm like, how does that fit in? But it's almost like the energies of like people's beings. Sometimes people are pretty energetically dead inside and they've kind of given up hope and that energy of that, the heaviness. And so by doing sharing, you're filling this up with a little bit more love, a little bit more hope, a little bit more light. And it's like really, it's the heart energy and solar plexus energy really being activated there. So, yeah.
I love that. Yeah. And to me, what I'm picking up is that even when, life is good and we are in a good place, that yes, there's always going to be someone hurting. That's always going to be present. Don't let it deflate our happiness. Don't let it deflate our wins. Maybe that can lift up the energy a little bit too, because there's always going to be that give and take. And I think that card really goes well with the Fool energy because it's about starting a new cycle. So there's always opportunities.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it upside down when you got it?
No, I'm just feeling the energies tuning in like how it relates to the Fool. I'm just being weird.
Well, it's your Freaky Friday. It's not Weird Wednesday. It's Freaky Friday.
Yes, that's true. It's good.
So well, there you go. Then could anyone relate to any of those collective messages? Even though you want your clarifier will be the message we pull for you. Rachel's saying she's finally settled on a business name.
Woohoo!
So Tammy, I'm assuming absolutely on a card pull. So,
or maybe she just resonates.
That was before we started talking about that. Kim does though; she resonates. And so we'll do Tammy first, then Rachel, and then Kim. So we got you guys in order. And I guess for Tammy, it's a collective or it's a general. Let's see what comes up for Tammy to tune into. Okay, that one was just like, don't put me back in the deck. So I got 8 of Swords. So again, this is just a reminder of when you start getting into your head about things you don't think you have control over. This is saying to not focus on that and focus on what you can control. And what you can control are the thoughts that you think and what you're feeling. So I feel that you have more control when you let go of thinking you need to control it. Try and unpack that one. I don't know. That just flew through me. That was channeled. I don't even remember what I said. It's so channeled.
Well, the cards, I was going to use the witch's sister, but they weren't pulling. So, card per Tam. Yeah, I'm going to use this one. And as we started, I saw a robin. So I don't know if robins resonate with you, Tammy, and the energy behind it. And it was like moving straight forward, and so it just feels like there's going to be fast action and new growth, new destinations coming up really fast for you because it was just like boom. So yeah, it's go time.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to look up the meaning of a robin. All right, Tammy, I don't know. I'm just going to have to do it like this. Usually I'm used to the cards falling out. They are not. Maybe
Take
because,
matters into your own hands.
yes, maybe because the robin was actually your message. All right. Your presence. Oh, you're looking it up? Thank you. Yeah. So, Tammy, your presence is a gift to others.
Aww.
And so it almost feels like you need to be a little bit more aware of self and what you actually do for others just by being who you are and everything that you do put into your world and share within your world, so on and so forth. So it's just like it's a little reminder for you to be able to tap more into that and really appreciate yourself for all the hard work and dedication that you have done for people in your world.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, for the greater good.
That's a good message. So just a quick Google of robin medicine. I got expect new growth in a number of areas in your life. Make a wish, be patient, and watch how it comes true. I'm sure there's other messages there too, but that's the first one I saw. So there you have it.
Nice.
All right. Thank you, Tammy. And now we have Rachel. You know, when I read your name, I always want to say Raquel. I don't know why. Raquel. So if I say Raquel, and I've already said it like 3 times, please don't be offended. I mean Rachel.
That's actually my name on our garbage pickup. I signed up for it, and they put Raquel.
Oh.
And then I'm either that or Rachel, so they never know me as.
They never get it right. Oh, let's see what Tammy has to say here. Yes, I realize I do try to control. Thank you. I do have many people who love me. I forget this valuable importance. Thank you, ladies. Yeah, I think we all do, Tammy. We definitely all do. So thank you so much for letting that message come through. And we can all take a little, take a bit of that message, because people don't need big, bright, shiny, you know everything. People need you as you are. People need to know that ordinary is pretty friggin' amazing. We don't have to be superstars. We don't have to be speakers or, you know, what have yous. People need us to be us. So less trying to put so much energy into changing and more energy into how can I just be me? I don't know. There I go again on my soapbox. Raphael just puts up with me and smiles. Okay. Okay. Rachel, got her right.
Card.
Okay. So we have for you the Wheel of Fortune. I love this. It might feel like things have been kind of on the downside for a while, or maybe you're worried that it will. Maybe things have been doing really good and things have been flying high, that it's like, when's it going to end? And I think it's really important that we just enjoy our moments of peace and bliss while they're with us without needing to be realistic. Like, oh, it's not going to last, or oh, you know how we do that to ourselves sometimes. Just enjoy and be in that moment, because it feels like the wheels are really turning. And the more we can stay on the positive side of things, even if things start to go downhill, the momentum will pick up and we can stay up on that. And the cycles will be less prominent with that flow of energy and more even keeled. I feel like more even keeled is coming for you. If that makes sense. God, I hope that makes sense.
All right. So my life, I tell you. Sorry. All right. So Rachel, you received Queen of Stones. And so what I just picked up from this.
Life. We all live it.
All right. So the Queen of Stones, and what I pick up from it is the energy of finding out your true nature, your true power, like taking off that mask that we feel that is keeping us strong, and removing it and being vulnerable enough to remove this mask that we wear day-to-day life and just like be raw, be exactly who you are with taking this mask off and realizing and feeling the energy of authentic you and the power that is within. And it's also like pay attention to all the energies around you. You're going to be getting symbols and signs and things that you will be aware of, messages from the universe. And maybe I'm just hearing, obviously, past loved ones, so on and so forth, that you're going to resonate with. But there's so much power there, Rachel. So I don't know. Hopefully that resonates with you.
I love it. There you go. Okay. And then Tammy said, that's what they tell me exactly. I am what I am. Yeah. That was from the previous combo. Sorry, I didn't see it earlier. Okay. So we have, okay. Yes, it does. Thanks. Awesome. Good. And now we have Kim. Kim has a question. Will I find a new job? Okay. Oh, wow. I barely got a chance to shuffle. That depends on you. Knight of Wands comes up. So to me, it feels like you have some skills, some gifts, some abilities that can be used in whatever it is for you to create your own career even. I don't know. I feel that maybe for lack of a better term, I'm just going to go with the words that are coming. Maybe because you might feel like you've been struggling to find a job, there's a reason for it. You're supposed to be out there doing something based on the skills you have. And go into your heart because those skills are there. They're not in your head. Your head is just going to convince you that you don't have them or that you're scared or whatever, but your head is wrong. Your heart is what's real. Mic drop. That's it.
Okay, Kim. So I was shuffling, a whole bunch of cards flew out, and the quick message I received from that is to narrow down your destination to what you want. Kind of like what Lorraine was saying, with your skills and ability to do a lot of different things. So it's just like narrow things down and focus and go at it. So this is the job that I want, or that I feel that I would be really good at and feel comfortable, all that kind of stuff, and do it. Put it in your heart, put it in your mind, put it in your footsteps, your hand, of walking forward with all that. So all these cards kind of flew out, and that was a message for that. But the top card of that one is the Magician. You have the power, you have the ability, and yes, you will get the job, and but it's going to be that energy of I'm doing it. I'm going to focus, and so on and so forth, and put it out there in the universe. I want to feel this way at this job. I want to find a certain place that I just am like, right? I love going to work. I look forward to going to work. Put all that energy, write it out, put it on paper, and move forward. towards that. So anyways, yes, the answer is yes.
I like that. I like that. And I like everything you said, because it's not about the energy of will I find a new job. That sounds like it's the energy of it's something I don't have already. Maybe shifting it to the energy of what do I need to do to align myself with the career I'm meant to have. That has a totally different energy to it. And I wouldn't have come up with that if not for that card that and the message that Raphael channeled about that. But yes, writing things down about how you want to feel, or just sitting in it, not writing them down, yes, is good, but then you need to revisit it by experiencing it in your body and in feeling the emotions of it. And we need to do this stuff daily, people. If we were going to manifest things in our lives, we need to do it daily. Do I do it daily? No, because I think I'm too busy. And then I'm like, you got 5 minutes. Come on. You know,
To add to that, like writing it down, manifesting, all that kind of stuff, but paying attention and being focused. A lot of like we want something, but we're not focused on exactly what we do want. And so like dig a little bit deeper, and this is what I actually do want.
yeah, because it might not be something that you can go logistically this, and this, but we know how we want to feel. And I know how that works because of the struggle I had trying to find a house when mine was sold, and I had a very short amount of time, and I was looking and looking and looking and looking. Right, Raph?
Yes, Lauren.
He was there. And then I just started tuning into trusting and just being like, how do I want to feel? And when I would do that, I would just, I guess I was putting that vibration out to the universe, that everything just clicked into place. Yes, I had an amazing realtor, but ultimately I found this place, and I'm glad I had a realtor because he helped me out with stuff, but I'm the one who found the place before I even realized I was going to have this. It's a very strange story, but I'm happy. But that's how it worked for me. So maybe I need to do that more often with other stuff in my life. Take your own advice, Lorraine. All right. Going back a little bit, Rachel was saying courage to follow my heart. We could all use that. Absolutely. I love it. And then thank you. You are so welcome. You're so welcome. Yeah, it was fun. Do you want a card, Raph?
I would love it.
Oof. Okay. Well, I barely shuffled. 3 popped out, so I'm going to reshuffle. Do you have something specific to ask?
No, I think just universal message.
Well, this is for you, though.
Yeah, remember? I know. Universal message for me.
Okay. Remember what I said earlier, that these cards were really smooth and easy to shuffle? Yeah, they're really greased up now. Sorry, that's just... Okay. There we
go. They better be good, Lorraine. I know where you live. Or
you got the Fool.
I love it.
So I need to pull a clarifier.
Okay.
Sometimes you're too close to it. You know too much, that you're kind of like, use your logical brain sometimes. So that's where I just like to pull cards to clarify things. And then so you got the 9 of Wands with it. So the Fool and the 9 of Wands. Actually, they're more like that. No, that was the direction. I hate when things are mirrored. Don't be afraid anymore.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of picking up. Yeah.
And 9 of Wands is push through the discomfort. And you've gone through a lot. This feels like more, I don't know, career or whatever related things you want to do as a you know, as a healer, as an intuitive and things like that. That's what it feels like, not job. Um, okay, cool. Thanks, Kim. I'll show it in a second. And it feels like you have way more experience than you give yourself credit for, and you can let go of that fear of thinking you're treading into new territory, because you're actually not. It's going to be weird because it's going to feel like home to you. It's going to feel so familiar, and it might not even be from this lifetime that familiarity comes in, but it's something. It's just going to, I feel it's just going to click into place.
Beautiful. Holding you to it.
Okay, well, Kim pulled a clarifier for you. She got the Lovers.
Aww.
So what is that? What do you think that means as far as the message itself, Kim? I like the Lovers as you're working with divine energy, right? So you're always connected and protected and guided. And you know that, Raf. So when you might get into that fear or what have you, just trust.
Yeah, exactly. And it's good to remind myself that. So thank you for that, guys. All right. Or a card for Lorraine. Is there a question?
Just what I most need to hear.
What does Lorraine need to hear?
Oh, and Kim said exactly what I said. See, I was picking up on what you were putting down, Kim. All the good things.
Yeah. All right. So, Lorraine, you got time to move on.
Uh-oh. I hope I don't have to move again. Oh, I just finished. I'm not even moved in here.
Ebbs and flows. So what I'm just kind of picking up is, energetically, sometimes we get like stagnant, stuck, frustrated, so on and so forth. And it's just like, realize that this world is all about ebbs and flows. So it's just like, when things get stuck, just okay, and release, allow the energy to soften, and it's going to start flowing again. So let's move on out of this stuck energy of. So
thank you.
Yeah,
that's a good confirmation. I kind of get there, and then yeah. Oh, that's so cute.
I know, isn't it so sweet? Yeah, trust, calling your guides, calling all that kind of stuff, right? Like we were talking about earlier, the fly on the wall, right? We're not alone. Things are happening to us for a reason. Trust.
And what does the card say again?
Time to move on.
So I instantly, when it came up, I'm like, wow, my life isn't moving. Like what I picked up from that was that, yes, it's definitely my head. My heart needs to move on, not my physical locale.
No. You're not moving or anything along those lines. I did not pick that up. It was just like that energetic of, just surrendering and allow sometimes to be lifted and carried and inspirationally guided.
Thank you.
Didn't you make a post on that earlier? Inspirational or something?
Yep, something about that. Yeah.
There you go.
So what does it mean to you? What do you pick up from that, Kim? She got the Hermit as a clarifier for me, and I'm curious to know how that relates to the message Raf gave me. I'm making her work a little bit. She's in my Tarot Cafe membership. So it's one of these things when people ask for, support with something, I'm always the one there. Here, let me show you how it's done. So then you're empowered to do things for yourself instead of just giving people the answer. It used to drive my daughter nuts when she was first growing when she was growing up, and she like, what does this mean? What does that word mean? When she was little, I would do it, and then after a while, I'd say, "Well, go look it up." She gets tired of me saying, "Go look it up, learn a little bit." There's no response yet. I was trying to talk enough to get a response, but I got nothing.
I think the hermit is like the energy I pick up from Kim's card is, sometimes we do feel alone. And it's also like it just keeps on rolling back into the beginning of this conversation. We're never alone, right? And so it's just like, you might feel like you're isolated, so on and so forth, but realistically, we're not. We just have to be open to have energy around us.
Well, and because it is me and I know me really well, I can be a hermit. And I'm very happy being a hermit because I'm an introvert. I'm an empath. And I'm fine being by myself for the most part. And I'm not really. I got my feathers and furs around me, right? My family, feather fur family. But yeah, I can hermit without problem, probably, and not talk to anyone for like weeks on end. So to me, that's a reminder that the card that you pulled, Raf, and I've already kind of forgotten what it was. That's wow. Ooh. That you move on, right? Time to move on from thinking I need to keep recharging all the time, or nothing is going to change if I keep staying in the same place. That's kind of what I pick up from it, but
yeah. No, it's nice. And energetically, that's also a message if you're picking up from that. It's brought an awareness to self energetically to be more aware of those, that message. So it made you reflect.
Mm-hmm. I do know it's easier to keep being out there a little more than it is to hermit for a while and then have to go out and start over again, and then hermit for a while and go back out again. It's like when it gets busy here where I live, it's like, well, I don't go over that way because there's just too many people. So I stick to my own little whatever. And then you kind of forget how to interact with people sometimes. You have this like one of those funny sumo wrestler bubbles around you that nobody just touches.
You just walk behind them and their dogs. And if their dog has, goes to the bathroom, just go, I got this.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Don't worry.
I got you.
No, it's more like, do you need a bag? I have an extra one. That's what I would probably do more. So they'd be like,
you're trying to make friends, Lorraine. Come on.
You can come visit me soon. Yay. That's going to be cool. I think we walked past your street the other day and I'm like, I think that's the place. I think it's down that way.
Nice.
Yep. So I don't know. We know ourselves best, but it's always nice to get clarification.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I think our Freaky Friday is coming to a close. Do you have anything to add?
No, I think I'm done. I feel like there's going to be, what is it? The eclipse is on Monday?
I think so. Yeah. The solar? Is that the solar eclipse or is that the lunar eclipse? We got a couple things happening.
I think it's a solar eclipse. I think it's going to be a doozy. I think it's going to be a doozy. I'm kind of excited energetically to see what happens.
Why do you think it's going to be a doozy? In what way?
Oh, just the dreams that I've been having. So it just feels like it's going to be like I don't know, a new energy coming in. So I'm personally I'm excited for it. We'll see what happens. We'll talk next week and I'll be nothing happened.
Well, sometimes things are happening behind the scenes too. So
true.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I think it's pretty cool to kind of sit with the energy of things sometimes. It's weird for me because sometimes I'll feel things more just before and just after and not right on the day. I don't know if anyone else is like that too, but that's what happens to me. It'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm really feeling it. And then it comes and it's like, oh, what was that? So I felt it before. Or it's like, oh, nothing happened. And then after, wham. So be open to how it's going to come through to you. I think our energy needs to have some kind of connection or alignment to something where it's either going to integrate or it's going to slam up against. So if we're open to allowing it, and like Raph said at the very beginning, just being heart-centered about whatever happens, being aware of your feelings, trusting that you'll know in the moment. And if you're about to do something weird, like pick up someone else's dog's poop or pay for someone's thing or talk to someone because you think they're having a rough day, don't question it. Just go with it. That's a summing up. How'd I do?
Love it. Very, very good.
All right, everyone. We'll see you next Freaky Friday. 6:20 p.m. is the new time from, as far as we know. We'll keep you posted. All right.
Have a wonderful weekend.